Working! Hi guys, it's working. Thank God. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my live. I'm back, and today we want to talk about. So, I'm just waiting for people to gather up, and I want to talk to you guys about the English lessons that I'm going to be offering. I want to explain a little bit more about the program. And then also, I want to explain a bit about, I want to tell you guys, the people who did not manage to get my email, a reply from me, I want to inform you guys a little bit how it's going to be working because I'm going to be offering these English lessons in my video. Like, I'm going to be making different sessions, and that's why it's important that each person that is going to be interested in taking part of these English lessons takes part of this live chat or has a chance to look at this live chat because this is how it's going to be working. And I'm going to be explaining that. I'm going to be explaining that right now. Now, I don't know if you guys are hearing me loud, if I'm loud enough, if I'm audible enough. I don't know that because I don't have people in the live chat yet. But who did Pflege Ausbildung in Germany? Yes, I did Pflege Ausbildung here in Germany. Someone has been asking. Bull. Yes, I did Pflege Ausbildung in Germany, and I did Altenpflege, and I've been working now for 5 years. And currently, I'm working as an ambulant intensive Pflegefachkraft. So I work at my patient's place. Yes, you are audible enough. Thank you very much at Alagunju. So I'm just going to be elaborating a little bit how the German classes are going to be working. The German classes for nurses are going to be working, the ones that I'm going to be offering. So I already advertised for it and people wrote me emails. And I took the first 5 people. So the first group, the first class is going to be small because it's the first class that I'm teaching online. And that's why it was important for me that the class is small because I want to see if we're going to be able to practice because it's important for me that people do not just get the vocabularies, but they know how to read them, pronounce them. And also when I'm teaching you guys, I want to see that you can also build sentences. I want to build confidence in the communication. So I want you guys to, after the sessions, like after this 7 appointments that we're going to be doing of the classes, I want the group to be able to communicate. That's my goal. And of course, there are some other people who are just who are confusing this because they were asking me on TikTok when I was informing them about this. They were asking me if I'm going to be teaching German. Guys, I'm not doing a general German class, but I'm just focusing on the vocabularies that are needed by someone who is going to be working in a health sector. So that's why it's important if you are interested in becoming a nurse here in Germany or doing Ausbildung here in Germany. This is the kind of this would be the kind of Unterricht for you. This would be the kind of lesson for you. I'm just going to be giving you the vocabularies that you will need when you are preparing for Ausbildung, when you are preparing to start working here in Germany as a nurse, or if you're already in the Ausbildung but you still want to learn words. Those are the things I'm going to be teaching now. I'm going to be reading a little bit from your questions while I also continue explaining, because I want to explain now. Now my work plan has already come out. So I have my work plan, like how I'm supposed to be working for the month of January in my main job. I already got my plan. And today on this live, I wanted to also communicate how many sessions we're going to be sitting in January with a class that I already chose. I'm going to be communicating how many sessions we're going to be sitting because it's important for me that we sit 7 sessions, not just twice or once. I want to do 7 sessions, and each session will be 1.5 hours, maximum 2. In case you guys have questions, then we can do 2 hours. Okay, now I see you guys are here active, and that's why I'm going to be looking at the questions too. Okay, ask if I'm audible, and someone said I'm audible enough. That's really nice. Hey, how are you? Can I do NCing Ausbildung if I come from Zimbabwe? Yes, you can do NCing Ausbildung if you are coming anywhere from Germany. But the thing is, if you are applying from outside Germany, you need a B2. Already, you have to have your B2 certificate. And also, you will need to have your high school certificates. Those are the requirements that they need. And also, what I usually advise is that when you are planning to come into Germany to do the Ausbildung, you have to know which month you want to do the Ausbildung, because we have two intakes in April and October. Some schools do also September. So you have to know which intake you want to take, and then make sure that you apply 6 months before the intake. Yeah. So let me say you want to do the Ausbildung in April. That means you must have already applied maybe like in November for April on intake, because you are outside Germany and you need the paperwork to be sent in on here. Like, you need your paperwork to be processed. So it's better when you apply earlier. And the other advantage is when you apply earlier, there is a chance for you to get accommodation, because it's very difficult for someone outside Germany to find accommodation on their own, because it's already difficult for people who are already here within Germany. It's already difficult for them to find accommodation. Now, if you are outside Germany, then you can already imagine it's double. The difficulty in looking for an accommodation is already doubled then, so that's why when you apply on time, you will get as a 50% or 70%, you might get an opportunity to get accommodation from your workplace, because then the students that are in the third year, they finish, they graduate. That means their accommodation that they have been staying in will be free. Now, the first person to send in their application and they inform that they need accommodation, it might be the ones to get a chance of getting the accommodation. So it's that like first come, first serve thing. Okay, now I'm gonna be reading the next question. The question that I've just answered is from Sifiso. And the next question is, please make a detailed video on different types of NCing and their scope in Germany, like Altenpflege, ambulante Pflege, etc. I will explain that, yeah? So in Germany, we have different kinds of Pflege. We all study NCing, okay? We are in the NCing sector, we become nurses, okay? But now we have different sectors that we can work as nurses. You either want to work on station or you want to work ambulant. Okay, now we have two options: station or the ambulant. On stations, that means you're going to work either in the care home, and then you're going to work in the hospital or in the rehabilitation centers, or you're going to work in Wohngemeinschaft. That's like small stations outside the clinic, and they have little patients. Or you're going to work in Betreutes Wohnen. That's the type of station. Station means you're going to be in one place all the time. That's going to be your workplace. Like, you're going to be driving to this one place all the time. Now, when you are doing ambulante Pflege, it's then different. You're going to be driving to the patient's homes, their homes, like they live at home, just like here. And you, as a nurse, you're going to drive to your patient, finding your patient at their home. And now, in ambulante Pflege, in this type of ambulante Pflege, we have different types. We have also like ambulante Pflege, which is just like you're going 20 minutes, knocking on the door, you do what you have to do, you give them injections or you dress the wounds, then you go to the next one. Yeah, there you are making tours. You're going to be doing nursing, so you're going to be doing nurse tours. You have maybe like a 7-hour shift, and you know that, okay, in this 7-hour shift, these are the patients I'm going to be visiting. Yeah, so they'd be like, how many in the group? 10, 8, and they don't need too much time. It's just sometimes it's just giving them medicine or giving them injection or dressing their wound or taking them doing a small shower with them, something like that. And that is the ambulante Pflege, and it's also paid well. And then the other thing is, and you're going to be also alone during that tour. So you must have a driver's permit. You have to have a driver's permit because you're going to be driving door to door. Then the other thing is the one that I'm doing, which is ambulante Pflege, but it is for special patients. It's for special patients who are supposed to be monitored 24/7. Okay, so we are working 12-hour shifts. That's the difference from the other one. This one is 12-hour shift, the other one is 7 hours. Now this one is 12-hour shift, and you're going to be at the patient's place for 12 hours. And you will also be paid money for food because you are away from your home for the whole day. You are away from your home for 7 hours. That's why we who are working in those areas where we have to go to our patient's place in 12 hours, for 12 hours, we get money for food, and that money for food is usually 14 euros. Okay? So let me go to another question. Oh, by the way, and if you are working with that type of ambulante fliege, the one I'm talking about for 12 hours, you can choose. Do you want to work with children or you want to work with grown-ups? Personally, I don't have a problem to work with children. Actually, today I was doing I want to do for January, I'm aiming at financial health and financial. I want to build my finances. And I have decided to work a part-time job, but not in the care home, because before I was helping out in a care home, but I realized in the care home it's tiring, and because I only work there 3 to 2 days, I interchange 2, and then the next month 3 days. All the time I find it difficult because I forget the routine since I do not work every day there. And that station that I was helping out on was a psychiatry station for like people with dementia. And they are special patients, because if you do not know how they react to things or how they behave during day, it can get difficult for you in the night. And I was doing only night shifts. So I decided no last week before last week I looked for a part-time job, and I got it. Now, today I was supposed to go and get to see the patient, and learn and see the patient, introduce myself, the patient introduces herself to see which diseases the patient has and how the routine works, because it's going to be also a kind of ambulante fliege. So I'm just going to be also doing 12 hours with that patient. I might do 12 hours or 7 hours because the patient is young. And like I said on my TikTok live, when the patient is young, if you are doing ambulante fliege for 12 hours and the patient is young, sometimes they go to school. And most times the parents they want to have time for their child, and during that period, you do not have to stay there and continue working. So that means during day, if I do day shifts with my patient, I'll be working maybe like 8 hours or 7 hours. But I'm hoping to do also night shifts with her, and I'm just going to be gathering new experience, because as for now, I've been working with grown-ups, and grown-ups are really stable and they don't have routines like children. Like, they don't have school and programs like seminars and so something like that. So ich bin sehr gespannt. Like, I'm happy to gather new experiences. I'm happy to gather new experience. So let's see. Again, Bull is saying it would help the students currently doing Ausbildung and are from foreign countries, not familiar with our German system. Yes, thank you very much, Bull. Bull, that's really a good. Yeah, it has been a good suggestion that you have requested that. I hope I've answered the question, and if I wasn't clear, you guys can keep the questions coming so that I can explain a little bit deeper. I know a lot of people do not know about this kind of fliege that I'm doing, because it's not so old. It's been there for maybe like 8 years, not so long, 8, 10. But when things are new, they are on a slow pace. In some Bundesland, they don't have that, and the others already have that. Now it's getting to be known. And yeah, there are not so many people that know this kind of fliege, and it's really very well paid, and you gather so much experience. It's the work that we do is so different from the work they do on stations. So German Life Unlocked is saying, please, which Bundesländer can you have your Anerkennung evaluated really fast? I really do not know. I will not lie. I don't know. But when I did mine in Stuttgart, it took 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks, and I had it already. And also, you cannot do your Anerkennung, your recognition, in a Bundesland that you are not living in. So it's like this. When you are doing your Anerkennung, they will ask you, of course, you have to do Anmeldung. They will ask you for the Anmeldebescheinigung, which you get from the Rathaus. Now, this Anmeldungsbescheinigung, they state where you are staying. And if you go to the Regierungspräsidium to do your Anerkennung, they will ask you, now you're living in Frankfurt, where you doing your Anerkennung, your recognition in Stuttgart, you have to do the places that you are going to do your Anerkennung must be connected with your, if you're outside Germany, if you're outside Germany and you want to do Anerkennung, there you do not have any other option. You have to do your Anerkennung in the area where the hospital that is employing you is. But if you are in Germany like me and I want to do Ausbildung in Stuttgart, I do not have to do my Anerkennung in Stuttgart because the hospital is in Stuttgart. I do my Anerkennung in the city that I'm staying, because that's where I am registered. So and yeah, that's why it will not matter that, oh, this city is doing the Anerkennung in 2 weeks. If you are in Germany, the responsible Anerkennungsstelle is the place that is the Anerkennung offices that are in the area that you are living, that you are registered in, because on the requirements that they ask for during the Anerkennung, part of it is the Anmeldebescheinigung. Okay, as a person who is in Germany, they will need the Anmeldebescheinigung. And if you are in Uganda or you are in Africa, that's a different story then, because you can live in Africa, but then your work is here in Marburg, in Frankfurt, then that's where you will do your Anerkennung. Then you have eine Ausnahme. So an Ausnahme means like an excuse. So let's go on. The question was from German Life Unlocked. So the next one is from Miss T. And Miss T saying, hey, how are you, girl? Will you be posting the vocabulary words on here, YouTube? So I was thinking when I am doing the lessons, I was thinking maybe I do record all that and I put it onto my live sessions because I cannot put them in my main video categories. Yeah, it will be confusing. But then I realized that it will not also be it will not bring any value if I give out, because when we are teaching, I will want to give a chance to the students to also say something. That means it would be difficult for the audios, and I don't know if it's possible, and I'm not thinking I'm going to post those things. That's why I would say I'm going to be continuing offering these classes until everyone who has applied gets a chance. Okay, and like I said, the classes are not going to be costly. The classes are free of charge. But of course, for my active subscribers, for the people who are following me here, the people who are here on my YouTube channel, those are the people who have that chance, And I'm not limiting anyone. If you have only A1 level, A2 level, it's okay. Because when I'm teaching English in the nursing school, I also have people who know nothing, they know nothing. All that matters is the motivation that one brings with them, the motivation to learn. That's all that matters. So at Misty, I'm not going to be posting the vocabularies on my YouTube channel, but I will make sure that each person that sends me the email whenever I announce that I'm taking in a new class gets a chance. Until the last person has gotten a chance, then I will say, okay, now we have closed the classes, And maybe if the first class works out well, and I see that the communication, the network isn't disturbing us a lot, then I might take in, for the next class, I might take in maybe like 7 people or 8. I may increase the number. But it's very important. I know a lot of people have already sent me emails, but for this session, it was already closed. That means you guys need to resend me emails when I announce that a new class is coming in, and that's why I'm always saying that it's good when you guys put on your notifications, so that when I post that, you'll be the first ones to get the information, so you can apply to me, So if you did not get a reply right now about the German lessons that I'm going to be offering for nurses, that means you were too late. But I would urge you to be active in the next when the next opportunity comes. Just be active and send me the email on time, because I just take the first emails, So when I say I need 8 people and the first 8 people reply and send me the email, those are the ones that I'm taking. I'm not going to look in the old emails now to see, oh, who was number 6, number 7, number 8. I'm not doing a list like that. I'm just going to be announcing, and then the new people send me emails. Those are the ones that I'll be taking. Okay. But that's why I say one needs to be an active subscriber, because if you are not active, that means you will miss out on this information, which is sad. But maybe I will tell you which days. Who knows? I'll be communicating. So we see Anil is saying, in which course is it best to come in Ausbildung Nurse? In which course? In which course? Okay. Maybe you mean which session, in which month or which intake. Both intakes are good, both intakes are good, because yeah, you'll be finishing in the same year, just that you're starting different months, So both courses both sessions are good. You can intakes are good. You can take April, you can take September, April, October. Me, I did in October, but also April. It's all the same actually. It depends on your timing, on your time. How much time do you have? Do you have your requirements already? Yeah, it depends on that. So let's go on. That question was from let's see. Anil asked that question. Yeah. Then German Life is saying, with the salaries you have been explaining to us, you never incorporate your earnings from your English teaching. Yes, that's true. That's true. I've never communicated how much the English classes are paying me. Now, but I will communicate if you guys want. Okay. So for the English classes, I do teach English only for now. For the last year and this year, I've been teaching only in the winter period, starting with September. I've been teaching starting with September because that's the winter period, and there are no holidays, people are not taking so many holidays then, and that's why the school said we shall be doing winter seasons. The English classes will be taking place in winter seasons. And that's why the money that I'm earning from the English classes is not as much as the money that I earn when I do part-time job. The English lessons that I'm offering, I do them as a freelance job, and I get paid 60 euros per hour. Now, I do not work more than 1.5 hours. We start at 16:30, the classes end at 18, because the nurses sometimes they need to go to work for night shifts. They need to go, maybe they are from a they are from a day shift, we cannot do so long sessions. We cannot do long sessions. So I only teach for 1.5 hours, and then we have fire urban. And I only teach once in a month, once in a week, which is always Tuesdays. But recently, the school wrote to me, and they want me to do in January and February during the theory session, for the students. Now these are not nurses. These are the students. Now they're doing Ausbildung, and they're doing operation technique assistant and anesthetic technique assistant. So they want me to teach them too. They want me to teach them their students who are learning. They want me to teach them English. But I believe it's because it's important for the students right now, because they send their students to other countries to do practice, to do practical exchange here. And that's why I believe it's important for the students now to also know how to communicate in English. And ich bin sehr gespannt, like I'm really excited to do this, because whenever I'm teaching them, I also learn new things, because the sector that they are in is not the sector that I learned. But when we are doing the classes, we exchange, and I also get to learn a lot during the sessions, So ich freue mich, and yeah, I think I'll be teaching now 2 classes of I'll be doing 2 courses. I'll be teaching in the school, and I'll be teaching here too, you guys. And also I wanted to communicate the time for the English classes is going to always be from 10 o'clock to 11, or I might make it from 11 to 12. I'm going to be working on that, but it's going to be in the mornings, not in the evenings, because sometimes I have to go for night shift. So during those times, I need the Nachmittag, like the afternoon period, to be free. That's why I'm thinking we're going to be doing the courses from 10 to 11, or from 10 to 12, depending on how long I want to teach, But I think we're going to be learning for 1.5 hours. Each session is going to take 1.5. Yeah. So I'll be like, maybe when we start at 10, we end at 11:30. So what do you guys think? Is that a good timing? Because I know you guys are not here in Germany. You might your timing might be different, but this is German time that I'm talking about. So I don't know how much, or we are time ahead, or you guys are time behind. I don't know. You guys have to figure it out, Google it, and let me know. So yeah, like I said, our classes will be starting at 10 and they will be ending at 11:30. And the days that we're going to be doing the classes, I already saw that I have a little bit more. Actually, you guys are lucky. It's like my work knew that I have a lot of program for January. You guys are so lucky. I have a lot of days free, and I'm trying to fix you guys 4 sessions. Okay, I'm trying to fix you guys 4 sessions. That means we're going to be meeting 4 times. Okay, 4 times, and we shall be doing. I want you guys to finish up a little bit quicker so that the other people have also a chance to come in. Maybe in March. In March, you can take in a new class, or end of February. In the end of February, I have exams. But I will say maybe in March. In March, we shall be taking in a new class. Now, that's good information for the people who did not get an email reply or who did not get a chance. I would say I'll be announcing, okay? So in March, we shall be taking in new classes, but maybe you guys will need to write me the emails. I'll announce maybe like end of February, I'll be letting you know. And then I'll take the first 8 people who will be writing to me. So the next question is, so I hope I've answered your question at German Life. The money that I earn from my English classes is 60 euros, and I only teach only on Tuesdays. And we do this year we planned 10 sessions, and yeah, so you can say 60 times 10. That's the money that comes out, but I don't get it. I don't get it all at once. I get paid per month. So I get each month that I sit with a student, they pay me that I write like a how is it called? I write like a Rechnung, I write like a Rechnung. I give them a check and then they give me the money. So German Life is saying, thank you, but please, I meant Anerkennung application from Ausland, not the practical service. I mean having your documents recognized. Yes, having documents recognized when you are from outside Germany. You can apply, you must apply. It's a must for you to apply in the city that is giving you the contract. You first get a Zusage, a provision letter, and that's the city you will be applying in. So you cannot just say, oh, I will just choose any city. Of course, I know maybe you wanted to know which city processes the Anerkennung faster so that you can apply in that city for a provision letter. I understand, but it's not written anywhere. Either I cannot read that statistics are saying this Regierungspräsidium gives the Anerkennung quicker than the others. Unfortunately, there is nowhere we can read that, and that's why I cannot say, okay, apply in Hessen, any city of Hessen or something like that. Unfortunately, I cannot do that. But if you want me to advise you on to which city to apply, I mean, which Bundesland, a Bundesland, not a city, I would say try Hessen, because that's where I see that they have a lot of programs programs on internet to help nurses to come in, or programs to do with the Anerkennung process for foreign people who are coming into work. So I would say try Hessen. Maybe it's simpler. Yeah. But of course, that doesn't mean you shouldn't apply it in other states. You should also try applying in other states, because the more applications you send in, the more the probability will be that you get a placement that is suitable for you, that you get a positive reply. Because the last time when I was doing a live video, someone told on the live that he had to send in so many applications, and that's why it's like maybe you shouldn't care more about the Anerkennung, care more about where do I get a positive reply. Yeah, because when they give you a positive reply, they will also help you with the Anerkennung. Most times they will help you and tell you, you know what, go here and here. And as long as you have prepared all your other things and you have all the requirements that they've asked for the Anerkennung, your Anerkennung process goes quicker, you know. So the next thing is Nachisui is saying, please, when is the next registration for the classes? So the next registration for the classes, according to my thinking, it might be in March. But of course, I'll communicate a little bit earlier. I will not communicate in March. I'll communicate in February, because I would like then to have the names of the people who are attending a little bit earlier, you know, before the start of the lessons. So I would say in February, I'll communicate. Yeah. And then we go on Misty. Okay, thank you so much for the response, for the responding. If you get to have another chance, how do I apply? Kindly. Genau. And I think Misty is asking again about the German classes. The application is just writing me an email in the time when I announce that I need, you guys can come in for a second class. When I announce, it's important that you be alert and send me that email on time. Then we go on, yeah, this T saying, okay, got it. Kindly say the date. I will announce the date on my community post, just like last time. I made a community post that I am taking in people. So this time too, I will announce. And when I announce, it will be free, like free. You guys will send in the email and then you get my reply. Normally I will reply to you maybe like the next day, the second next day. Yeah. So German Life and Loki saying, please, what's your current German Sprachniveau? B2 oder C1? Also, now, when I was coming to Germany, I had my B1 done. And after doing my FSJ, I started Ausbildung and they never needed a B2 by that time. So I never sat in class to do a B2 exam. Actually, I would say I only had a B1 certificate. That's what I can show. But according to how I understand and how I speak, I would not compare myself to be on a B1 level, because with time, you improve the language. So I cannot say that I'm at a C1 level. I cannot say I'm at a B1 level, but all I can say, I have a certificate of a B1 level. But yeah, I understand and I can communicate. Yeah. So then we go on again. German Life is saying, all right, but I learned Mecklenburg for Pommern and schwer. Ja, meine Güte, die Namen sind so schwer. Schleswig-Holstein possessed Anerkennung faster. I will try Hessen, but please, where do you currently live, in Stuttgart or Frankfurt? I do not live in both. I live in Hessen, yes. Hessen is a Bundesland. But I do not live in Frankfurt or Stuttgart. I no longer live in Stuttgart. I moved out of Stuttgart after the Ausbildung, and I'm living 1 hour away from Frankfurt, 100 kilometers away from Frankfurt. That's where I'm staying. And the city is small. I mean, the city that I'm living in is small. I normally say where I live, the name of the city, but I don't think for security purposes it's good idea, and that's why I normally do not say exactly where I'm staying. But I live, all you should know, I do not live in Frankfurt. I don't live in a big city. I live away from Frankfurt, and Frankfurt is just a neighboring city, and it's a 1 hour drive or 120 minutes drive away from where I'm staying. Okay. And the next big city that is next to me is Kassel. By the way, I have had a lot of people saying that they've gotten contracts and they're coming to Kassel. I think Kassel is also a good city. And Kassel is not so famous, even when it's a big city, you know. So maybe you guys can try out that one too. Kassel. In Kassel, there is Uniklinikum, Kassel. There are so many hospitals in Kassel, but I believe maybe it's easier. This side, this side of Hessen, I think they need nurses. I think that's why they support a lot of foreign nurses to come in. I don't know, because when I Google, I do not see anywhere on Baden-Württemberg website where they are helping out nurses to come, whereas Hessen has a Pflegequalifizierungszentrum, just specializing in helping Fachkräfte like nurses to come in. Yeah. So I would say you are the luckiest expat in Germany, beautiful. The luckiest expat. I don't know. The luckiest expat. So you mean maybe because I did not have to do the B1? I mean the B2. Maybe. Maybe I was lucky. Yeah. Back then it was 2020. 20 what? It was in 2020 when I did the Ausbildung. Maybe it was 2018 when I started. Yeah. And by that time, it was just your B1 that spoke for you. And right now, they need a B2. Yeah. By the way, now, because we are chatting here, I wanted to answer also another question that someone sent me, because nowadays I do not get time to answer questions, but I will answer this question. Yeah. Someone told me, could you please talk about the pension system in Germany? Yeah. Because I was talking about the type of insurances that I'm paying. Yeah. So this is how the pension system works. As a person who works, I usually have to pay into tax. I pay into social insurances, and that includes my Renteversicherung. That's like pension insurance. Yeah, I pay somewhere around. I do not have. I have my loan abration here, but I don't want to stand up. I think I pay around 300 euros. Yeah, 300 euros maximum, and that money goes to my pay for my it goes into my pension. We have a gesetzliche and a private pension. Gesetzliche means we are doing the general one for the government, given by the one each person has to have, and it's cheaper than the private one. So that's where I pay money for pension. And then because that money is no longer enough, statistically, they say that money is no longer enough because the economy is so expensive. Everything has become expensive. So as a person who works, you have to decide for yourself. Do you want to live a good life after you have gone into your pension? If yes, then you can also do an extra insurance for yourself. You do life insurance, which I also do have, and I pay into that insurance 300 euros. Now, when when I go into my pension years, 67 and above, I will be getting money I'll be getting money from two insurances. The one that is the general one, the gesetzliche, the one from the government, gesetzliche, and then I'll get the one that is private that I do put money into. And altogether they might be I might be able to come up with 2,300 euros, 2,000 euros per month. Yeah. So that's why it's important, if you are here in Ausbildung or you are here in Germany and you haven't had such a thing of life insurance, you should inform yourself. You should get a Finanzberater, someone to advise you about your finances. It's very important when you do an extra insurance for your pension, because the money that they will be paying you, the money that the government pays each person who is going into the rent is no longer enough. You might not be able to sustain yourself, like paying your rent and buying food, going for holidays. You might end up just being an old person, living a small room with no healthy food. Yeah. So that's why it's important that we save our money for the pension. We save a little bit more money for the pension years, for the years when we cannot work anymore. Please, which cities would you advise someone to apply? I don't know. I did not. I mean, I do not have any specific city I would advise, but I'll tell you, apply in small cities. I mean, apply in different Bundesländer, but then in different cities and not so much big cities. Apply in small cities. I cannot say a specific city right now because I do not know. All I know is where I'm staying and also where I was doing the Ausbildung. But accordingly, I can tell you the big cities will have a lot of people apply. They will have a lot of applications because the young people, the young generation, the Gen Zs also want to live in cities. So if you are struggling and you want to come to Germany and do the Ausbildung, if you are outside Germany and you do not really have that much time to apply in on here, try applying in small cities too. Apply in big cities and apply in small cities too. Yeah, just put in a lot of applications so that the probability at the end is bigger, so that you get at least 3 replies where you can also choose by yourself. Okay, I will go here because here has a better train station. I mean, train Verbindung, like connections, because you don't have a driver's permit, because you don't want to have you don't want to apply in a hospital which doesn't have any public transportation means that's going to be bringing you. That's also hectic, you don't want that. So you make different applications, and at the end, see which application has come out positive, and then you can decide according to the strategic, as a strategic like how is it called? Like, you can plan which one to choose strategically according to the transportation, going to the school, going to the hospital, how much is the rent, something like that. So we go on. Peter Tan is saying, Mom, thoughts on you being a physician assistant? No, I haven't thought about that. Because I do not really want to do as a physician assistant. That means you have to be a doctor's assistant, that is MF. Isn't that the medizinische Fachangestellte? So those people, no, that's not the kind of job I would want to do. But if you want to do that, why not? And then German Life Unlocked is, I learned there are specific years on how there are specific years one have to work before you can claim your pension. Yes, there are specific years. That's true. There are specific years, and if you do not meet these years, it will affect you financially. One has to work. I believe the last time when we were talking about this tema, like with my family, I think that time it was 48, 58, somewhere like that. And that's why if you are above 40, it gets difficult for you to travel to Germany as a nurse, because the years that you are going to be working are so little for you to be able to be sustained here when you go into your pension. They look at that too. If a person comes in with 40 years, that means they have 50, 60. As a 27 years is too little. People here start working with 16, with 18. They start working in Nebenjobs with 16. They do Ausbildung with 16. And then they start working with 18, So we work for long, here in Germany. And we work for long, and also our pension money isn't that much. Now, for you who is just coming into Germany with 40 years, and you're just going to work for 27 years and get into rente, like pension, that time is so little. And that's why I usually say, if you are above 40, could be a possibility that the embassy itself will be like, despite the fact that the hospitals need nurses to work for us, it doesn't make sense that the numbers do not add up, because you'll be working for less time. That means you will get less pension, and you cannot then sustain yourself, and then you have to get social benefits from the city, and the city will be losing. So they'll be like, rather than transporting you to our country, we rather take someone who is young, because the person who is young is going to be having more years to work for us before they go into pension. Yeah. Then again, someone is saying, is the salary there enough for you to live there permanently, ma'am? Do you have plans to transfer to USA or Switzerland since salary is higher? So, the salary here is enough, because the costs of living in Germany are not as high as in USA. They are not as high as those in Switzerland. Those countries are paying high because their people have to pay much money for rent, much money for health insurance, much money for food. And in Germany, it's a different story, as we get this much because they plan it, and they see the minimum salary for a person to live well in Germany must be this. And as per now, I can say I'm a good, with my 4,000 euros, that's good money in Germany. Yeah, because you can sustain your life well here in Germany. They're not aiming at building billionaires, they want to see that the people who are working can sustain themselves. Normally, they do a budget and they say, this is the minimum salary. that people have to get, you know, and the minimum salary right now in Germany, I don't know how much it is, but I think it's around 1,800, 1,000 something, yeah, or 2,000, yeah. And if you're earning 4,000, that's good money. And strategically, they've been saying if you are earning above 3,300, you are a rich person in Germany. Yeah. Nay, I can say, ehrlich gesagt, like sincerely speaking, the money that I earn is good money. I cannot complain. And I don't have also any idea of flying, I mean, moving to another country, because Switzerland itself, I was there for holidays, despite the fact that it's beautiful, it's paying well. Also, the costs there are high. I was there for a holiday in a normal hotel. I paid per night 150 or 180 euros. It was really high. We were in a restaurant. We ate a normal basic burger and we paid 58 euros per person for a burger and chips, you know, burger and chips. 58 euros in Switzerland, because in Switzerland they also have another kind of money, you know. They have franken, and we had euros, and the franken are higher, and we had to pay much money. But also, like, they tax you for restaurant fee. They tax you, you know. We had to pay also fee for the restaurant. So there are many things that are expensive. The transportation in Switzerland was expensive. We had to pay a train ticket, and this train ticket was costing, I believe, somewhere like 3 euros 80. In Germany, you have a 48 euro ticket that is going to be letting you travel through the whole Germany, you know, with a train, you know, the regional train. You can use the region train to travel through the whole Germany with 48 euros, you know. So you are earning your 4,000, you are earning your 4,000 euros, and someone in USA is earning their uh 40,000 euros per month, but they're also paying a lot for things, for small things. They're also paying a lot. Like, the money, could I say that the money doesn't have a value? It sounds much, but it doesn't remain on the account, you know? Yeah. Because they're also paying too much things. The things are costing, the basic needs are costing so much. Like, I usually say for my groceries, I tell people that I pay 130 euros for my grocery, and people do not believe that. But here we have like supermarkets in Germany that are expensive. They will sell you things with where they indicate their bio. Yeah, bio means like not with chemicals grown and something like that. Those are expensive supermarkets. There is nothing that I'm looking for in an expensive supermarket, because sometimes they are just written on bio, like there are things without chemicals, but then they did chemical them, you know. So I rather go to a normal supermarket and I buy normal things, you know, because they're also not that bad. As we cannot compare the foods that we eat in Germany with the foods that they are offering in USA, because I hear a lot that everything in USA is what are they? They're not organic, you know, not organic things. So I believe Germany, we are still doing well with our foods. And yes, I can go to the supermarket and I buy a sack of potatoes for just 3 euros. A sack of potatoes, a sack of onions for just 150 euros, you know. So yeah, with 130 euros, it's comic like I can cover all my my food bills, you know, food for home, you know. And then the other thing is, because I work at my patient's home, I get 14 euros onto each day that I work. So at the end of the day, and also when I'm doing my work, I eat at work. The patient's mama, the mother to my patient cooks food, and she's like, Lena, are you eating today? And sometimes I'm like, no, I'm not eating today, because I do not even move at all, because I'm working in my patient's home, you know. I'm sitting the whole day. So I'm like, most times I'm like, no, I'm going to do intermittent fasting, you know. So we're not eating 3 meals. I'm sincerely, I'm not cooking 3 meals at home. Then überhaupt, I cook 1 meal. And sometimes I don't even have time to cook. We cook for the whole week. And that's already something that lets us that enables us to save, because when we're cooking something for the whole week and we don't need to cook again, then maybe we can then go and eat something on the weekend, and that's also not very expensive restaurants, maybe like 30 euros per person. So yeah, good money that they pay here. And that's why I'm not thinking of moving out of Germany. German doesn't seem expensive for me, at least. I know But because if you are paying your rent, and your rent is after paying my rent, that's the most important thing. The rest of the things are optional, optional. My rent is a must, but it's not a must for me to have a car. I can also decide, okay, I don't have a car, but I need to work. I can decide to work in a ultrasound that is near me, because there are 3 ultrasounds that are near me here. It's a walkable distance. But because, okay, my money allows me to have a car, I'm like, okay, I'll buy a car, and then I can be mobile when I'm working. But you can also survive without having a car, because you can then choose to work in places where you do not need to travel with a car. Maybe a train can take you, a bus can take you. Those are cheap means of transport. So let's go on and read the next question. The next question is, Jama Life is saying, you once posted you are having an interview with a nurse student and will post the video, but it isn't posted yet. Yes, I posted that I'm going to be interviewing one of my students. She is an anesthesia technique assistant. And yesterday I was talking to her about the appointment, because you guys put in your questions. Now, I haven't forgotten about that video, but the thing is, time has not been matching with us, because she's doing school and I'm working. And right now she is in the exam phase. She is in the exam phase and she needs to learn. Today, actually, I wanted to do that interview with her this week since I have time, but she mentioned that she's doing exams, she's reading for her exams. That means she cannot come and do the interview. And yes, I can understand that. And then after, we have Christmas holidays. So we are planning to do that in January, because she has holiday, and she said she will be doing it with me in January. In January, she is flexible. So I will hope maybe like in the first week of January, we shall be doing that, so that you guys get the answers answered. And worst case scenario, I will ask her, I'll give her the questions, she will answer them, and then I'll present them to you guys. The worst case scenario. If you cannot match and meet up, then I will give her the questions, she answers them, then I give you the answers. Yeah. Just like how I did with my sister, when I was talking about investments. So let's go on and read the questions. Timothy is saying, I found a job in Berlin that pays 3,500 euros, working 40 hours. How is it? Okay. So 3,500. Timothy, are you outside Germany? Because it will depend. My answer is going to depend from there. Are you outside Germany? That's what I want to know. Then Peter is saying, is 3,000 netto a good amount already? Is it rich for you? Just curious if earning 4,000 netto is rich. If 4,000 netto is rich, how about housing, mom? How can you own a house? Just wondering how you can afford to own one. Yes, okay, Peter. It's very interesting, yeah, because this topic also makes me laugh a lot, yeah. So 3,000, I kid you not, a person earning 3,000, that's good money. If you can come up with 3,000 net income, that's good money. Okay, here in Germany. And if you have 4,000 net income, that's totally normal and very good. I would dive to earn 4,000 net income. That's very good, because you will have a lot of money remaining on your account. And whatever is beyond 3,000 net income here in Germany is good money. Okay? Good money, trust me. When the economy changes, I will come and make a video and I tell you that. But anyone earning above 3,000, for net income 3,000 and above, that's good money. You will survive totally. Yeah. And then I wanted to say, what else did you ask? Buying a house in Germany is a little bit, the houses are there, of course. But if you're buying a house in a city, it will be expensive. Okay. I have a whole story to tell about that. We wanted to buy a house last year because the neighbor of my mother-in-law wanted to sell the house and move in with her boyfriend. The boyfriend was also in another city and they have a house. So they had 2 houses and she wanted to sell us a house. So we went to see the house. We knew that we need our eigene capital. Like we have to have our, how is it called? credit. We need to have part of the money when buying a house. You need to have it already on your account. And when we calculated, we needed to have 20,000 euros. So we were thinking we can afford that. And we went to buy the house, to see the house, and we talked to her how much we can offer her. And by that time, according to our earnings, we wanted to pay her 350,000 euros. But unfortunately, the house was so modern, the house was so new. And if we were to buy it, we were not even going to renovate anything because the house was new. It was just 8 years old, And she said the 350,000 euros is less. She wanted beyond 400,000. She wanted between 400,000 to 500,000. And that money, by that time, we couldn't afford. And the loan that would enable us to buy that house, we were not going to be able to get it because the bank would calculate the numbers and it wouldn't match for us. So, and the house was in the village, but because it was a modern house, it was expensive. So if you want a modern house that you're not going to be renovating, they're expensive. Yes. They will be ranging around 400,000 to 400. They will be ranging around from 400,000 and above. Okay. Because recently also this year, my sister was wanting to buy one. So we know the price. So that's how I know the price. And she was in Stuttgart, yeah. So they'll be ranging from 400,000 and above. But also at 400,000, you might find a good one. So, and then if you are not focusing on buying a house in a perfect condition, if you want just a house, it could be maybe a house built with not stones, maybe with partly wood, and not so new, and it's an old house, you don't have a problem with renovating it, then you could also get a house at 150,000 in a village. Okay, so that price is also there, maybe like 200,000. You could also get that house. Yeah, but those are the old houses, the old houses, maybe they are built with Holz means like wood, building this construction wood, in Germany we have different arts of construction. There are wooden type of houses and there are modern type of houses. Now this one is a modern type of a house. This one is built with stones. Yeah. Whereas in USA, I see they build also with paper. Here they build with wood and others build with stones and real walls, Yeah. So, yeah, Timothy saying I found a job in Berlin, pays. So, okay, I asked Timothy, is your job, Timothy, are you in Berlin right now or you are still in your home country? Because my answer is going to depend on your location. Let me just give you the answer. I don't know if you're still on, but I'll say the answer. If you are outside Germany and they've offered you 3,500, that's good money. And if you want to know the reason why, I will give it. But if you are here in Germany and you do not have any experience, and if you are here in Germany and you do not have any experience in the nursing sector, you are fresh, then still 3,500 is not bad. That's your starting salary. And I'll advise you then after 6 months to bargain so that you get 3,800 and beyond, And if you are outside Germany, 3,500 is good money because when you are beginning to work here in Germany, you're not going to be independent. You're going to be as if you're an assistant because they cannot let you to work on patients because you still have difficulty with the language. So if they're offering you 3,500, that's already good money. And then there is a possibility for you to climb up after 1 year or after 8 months. You can climb up accordingly. If you now can work on your own and take up flexible, you can be flexible and take up if they see that you are flexible, they can put you on a station and you work on your own without having a second nurse helping you with the communication with the doctor's visits, then it will be increased, it will be upgraded. Yeah. And if they don't come automatically to tell you that, what, now you've been 1 year with us, we're going to increase your salary. If they don't come and offer you that, then I'll advise you to tell them to increase it, ask them to increase it. And if they do not increase it, since you're already having your experience, of 1 year, and you can now communicate. I would advise you then to change the workplace. Okay, that option is always there, but for the start, it's good. So Peter is saying, no, not Peter. German Life is saying, you don't have to talk much about that topic. The social benefits in Germany or in Europe as a whole is more beneficial than working in USA, Australia, and Switzerland, etc. Thank you very much at German Life. That's how I view it too. That's how I view it too. I think we have very good social benefits here. So Patricia is saying, hi, can you talk about what to expect with Ausbildung, like accommodation and things like that? And also what you are supposed to pay for yourself. Okay. So let me break down the question. Can you talk about what to expect in the Ausbildung? Okay. For the Ausbildung. Okay. So when you are coming to join the Ausbildung, this is what I'm going to warn you about. You will be writing exams weekly, daily, depending on the school and the school director's wantility. Okay? They do not limit them on how many exams they are supposed to give you, tests they are supposed to give you. You should be prepared to invest a lot of time in learning, because it's very important for you to be passing those exams, those tests that they're giving you, maybe every 2 days, every 3 days, 3 times a week. It's very important for you to pass those exams, because those exams, if you fail 3 times, the school can dismiss you. They will call you. Every year they make a Rückgabe. I mean, I don't know, Rückmeldung. Like they call you as a student to look at your marks that you've been getting. They sum them up and see the average, and then they can warn you already. With this type of marks, the Regierungspresidium is where it's the education officers. They will not allow you to sit for exams because your marks are looking bad. Either you repeat or you change the career and go to something else. So for the Ausbildung, I would tell you should be prepared that you are wanting to do this Ausbildung, because those exams, the tests, the weekly tests that they will be giving you, serving you, they play a big role if you will be allowed to continue with the Ausbildung up to the 3 years, or if you'll be allowed to sit for your final exams. And then, yeah, that's the only thing I will want to communicate about the Ausbildung, because the rest of the things, it's okay. It's gonna be a walkover, because you'll be working, you will be getting holidays which are paid, you'll be getting salaries. So the rest of the things are okay. You should just be prepared that you'll be doing tests. Okay. The tests actually are not so difficult if you are motivated with them. If you know, if you can prepare your learning strategies, I think the tests are not difficult, because the tests they give you, the tests they give are just topic kind of tests. They be like, okay, today we've learned about diabetes. Tomorrow we shall write a test just for this topic. So I think the tests are not difficult. They're not like an exam where you just be going in without knowing what's coming. The tests are always focused on what you have covered. So if you are covering maybe respiratory diseases and respiratory system, then they tell you we're going to do an exam about this. That means you only have to focus on that. The test is gonna be just about that. So it'll be okay. You'll be fine. Then the other thing was, and the thing that, okay, talk about what to expect in the Ausbildung. I've just answered that, and also accommodation and things like that. Okay, the accommodation for people within the Ausbildung, if you are living in the accommodation given by your job, the accommodation is not so expensive, because you will be living in a student Wohngemeinschaft, student apartment, and the costs are not high. There will be around 360, 350 up to 550. Okay? And if you're living in a Wohngemeinschaft with other students, you will be sharing the living room, but you have your own sleeping room. Okay? You'll be just sharing bathroom, toilet, and the living room, kitchen, balcony, such things. It will be just like a normal house like this one with a big living room and where you can also cook, and then toilet and bathroom. Sometimes you have 2 bathrooms, 1 toilet. Okay, that's how they are. The Wohngemeinschaft for students. That's how the accommodation for students is. Of course, you clean for yourself, you cook for yourself. No one is going to cook for you. In the schools, they do not cook. All they offer is water in the fridge. Because if you're coming in the school and you have your cold foods, salads, you can put in the fridge. So in the school, they do not cook for us. You have to bring your own food. Okay. Yeah. Most times people bring bread. In Germany, students, they eat a lot of bread because it doesn't involve cooking. You just prepare your bread, put on butter, put in some cheese and something like that, quick to eat sandwiches. They make sandwiches. When I used to do my Ausbildung, I never cooked food, and also I never packed food. What I used to do is, you know what they call oatmeal? Like you get oats, you put them in yogurt overnight, or overnight oats. I used to do that, and I put in some fruits, and I take it to school like that, and I eat it during my lunch breaks because we were getting a lunch break of 30 minutes. And that was the longest break. And otherwise, we were then given breaks like 15 minutes breaks, and there you cannot eat something serious. I was just eating maybe snacks, like also drinking tea, yeah, eating a yogurt, and that's it. And then in the evening, when I go back home, then I eat the main meal. Yeah. So we go on to the next question. Also, what are you supposed to pay for yourself? What you are supposed to pay for yourself is the accommodation. Despite the fact that the place that you're going to be working gives you accommodation, it's not for free. It gives you accommodation at a cheaper price. Okay, so you have to pay for your accommodation as a student. Then, as a person doing Ausbildung, and then the other thing you have to pay for yourself is the food. And the other thing you pay for yourself, yeah, the scholastic material you pay for yourself, and that's it. Okay. And then transportation, they give you a student transportation card. For example, where I was working in the alter time, at the beginning they never used to give that, but then they passed a law that it's costing less, and the jobs can give students the transportation card, the train ticket, and they started paying the train ticket for us. So we used to get extra 60 euros, 60 euros for the train ticket to go to school. Yeah. So the other question is coming in from German Life. Yeah, Claire, do you plan to apply for citizenship? Yes, I had planned actually already. But the thing is, the process of citizenship also takes time. And so many people applied since there isn't the process. So many people applied. And I've been in Germany now for 8 months, 8 years, and I qualify. I will be applying, yes, but I'm still doing the process of getting married, and because the process of getting married needs me to identify myself, to prove my identity, which is also needed for the citizenship. So when a process gets done, identification process gets done, proving my identity, then I will go on to apply for citizenship. Yeah. But since I'm getting married, applying for citizenship might not be necessary after getting married. I will see. But yes, I have no problem with applying for it because in my home country, I can keep my passport and also have a passport from Germany. So as per now, I'm just having a work visa. And there is actually no difficulty in getting the work visa at all since I started here, and I'm also having accommodation, I'm paying bills, so it's not difficult at all. But also, yes, with time I will apply for the German citizenship so that I get the passport, and then I do not need to go to the visa offices to get a visa card whenever it's expiring. But the good thing is with a visa card nowadays we have an electric card, which is also good because it doesn't expire per year. It expires alle 10, as a minimum they give you 5 years. So the card that I had it for 5 years, and now I have to renew it, and I believe they are going to give me more 5 years. Yeah. And there are people who are getting 10, 20 years, you know. Okay, now we go on to the next question. Nakazi is saying, "Hi Leila, you inspire me. Thank you very much. Das freut mich zu hören." Shamila is saying, "Other exams in Germany language." So other exams in German language too. Yes, the exams are in German language. Now, let me give you a trick. Okay, when I used to do my Ausbildung, and I have a topic to learn, and the topic needs the thing is with the exams for nurses in Germany, they do not just give you what does this mean, and then you have to give the definition. Most of the times it's not like that. They don't set like that. That's not the setting for the German exams for nurses here. What they do is giving you a Fallbeispiel. What I mean by Fallbeispiel, they give you a scenario. Okay, they say you are a nurse and you are on the station. Your patient has high blood pressure. Your patient has been operated, has had a heart operation twice. Your patient is vomiting blood. Your patient is doing this. They give you scenario, and this scenario puts in a lot of diseases. Your patient has a lot of situations going on in that scenario, and now at the end they tell you, what would you do as a nurse? What will we have ABDLs, and they tell you write Maßnahme in that are in Verbindung with this, in connection with these ABDLs. What would you do, you as a nurse? Something that's not medical. Maybe they tell you your 87-year-old patient has fallen down and they broke their hip. What will you do to improve their mobility, to support their life, to keep their life quality improving instead of becoming schlechter, like instead of becoming worse? How would you improve their way of living? You as a nurse, you have to come up with ideas, you yourself, because those are things that you can do, you as a nurse. You don't need a permission from the doctor. Those are not medizinische Maßnahmen. Those are pflegerische Maßnahmen, and as a nurse you have to be creative. When your patient cannot move, you have to know, okay, if my patient is not moving and my patient is 85, 87 years of age, which risks do they have? If they do not move, that means they will have a risk of becoming bigger, obesity. Okay, we have to see that they are eating a diet that is not going to put them in that situation. Those are the type of that's how nurse exams used to look like. Right now I don't know, but that's how they used to set our exams. And then within that scenario that I've given you, they might decide to ask you, define what high blood pressure is, which rate is regarded as high blood pressure, and maybe they say, what is how does it happen, what are the causes of heart infarct, like heart attacks? What is the cause? And they might ask you like those small things, so you can explain how it comes into existence. Yeah. And which risks do cause, like Stutz, like which risks do cause a patient to fall down? What could have been the cause that your patient fell down? And you have to figure it out according to the scenario that I've explained to you. Yeah. So the next question is Nalule is saying, "Hello Leila, thanks for the show. I still have a problem about academic documents verification because I don't know where to do it. I'm living in Leme now." Okay. to verify your documents. Normally here in Germany, we have to go to the Stadtbüro, like the red house, and then we show there our passport and we show there our school documents. So they stamp on them to show that those are your documents. Now, if you are living in this city and you are required to do the verification that those documents are original, those documents are yours, you didn't steal them from anyone, they are your documents. If you need to do that, I would advise you now to ask, write an email to the Anerkennungsstelle and ask them where, make a call, write an email, ask them you need help because you do not know where in your city you have to do the Anerkennung. Or you can also Google the education center in that area. You can maybe Google and ask them, or the German embassy in that area. You can ask them because they must know where. You know, they have experience. I'm sure you know the first person to apply for Ausbildung in that country to come to Germany. So I'm sure if you go and contact the German embassy there and tell them, they need me to do verification of my documents, where do I do them? They will advise you, I'm sure. And the other thing is maybe you can try to do online research and make calls in those offices that they are saying, and then try to find out if they are the responsible offices to do the recognition. Okay. The next person is saying, Patricia is saying, thanks for the answers. You are welcome, Patricia. German Life is saying, or you getting married, or ich dachte, wir hätten eine Chance. Nee, es gibt keine Chance. Yes, I am engaged. Actually, I'm engaged, getting married, but I don't know yet. I don't know yet when, because the marriage process here in Germany is also another kind of story. It's if you are a foreigner marrying a person who is German, they need to do a lot of paperwork, proving that you've never gotten married in your home country, proving your identity, that your passport is your passport, your names are your names, you do not forge your nationality, all those things are proven. They even make you sign a document that Leila, I swear that these documents are my documents. Before they start doing the research, they made me swear. They made me swear. They need contacts to your mother, your father, all your clan. I mean, if you have brothers and sisters and they need all the names to those people, because during this research, they might need to contact each one of them to prove that you are the one and they can identify you. Yeah. Last year, my mother told me the embassy called her and asked her about me, my dates of birth, and who am I dating, whom am I engaged to. They had to prove that my parents are also informed. It's a whole process. It's long. But since we are not having pressure, I'm like, okay, they can take their time. At the end of that day, I do not even have I do not I'm not supposed to get married this year. I'm like, it can take time. There are other things, there are other goals that I'm chasing, rather than planning a wedding. It's also stressful. So let's go on. The next person, 14, is saying, what's your IG handle? My IG handle is the same as my YouTube channel. My social media platforms have the same names. And I must say, my Instagram is not as active as my TikTok or my YouTube channel. So my names on IG are Leila Val, the same names as my YouTube channel. But I just want to tell you guys, I'm not active on Instagram, because Instagram is more like, those are like family members there. Those are like friends from my boyfriend there, and friends from me who are from my workplace. So it's not like a place where I'm educating people. I have a different personality on my Instagram, and I keep it very normal, not content creation or something like that. It's just normal. Where you can find more content from me is TikTok or here on YouTube. Yeah. Do you have a video of students interview at German embassy? No, I do not have, unfortunately. And I do not know anyone who is from my country applying for Ausbildung. So that's why I haven't made an interview with anyone. But of course, when I have a chance, I will do interviews. And of course, I have playlists. I'm trying to organize my YouTube channel in a way that the normal videos are on another playlist, and then the interviews that I'm gonna be doing with people are also gonna be having their own playlist, so that if someone wants to know, okay, is there anyone who has gone through the same process as me, someone can look into the interviews that I've done. So yes, I'm looking forward to interviewing people. If I meet people who are from their home countries directly to Germany to the Ausbildung, I will interview them because I want them to share their experience. And if I meet people who are doing Ausbildung, I would like to interview them because I want you guys to know how they find their view about the Ausbildung. Yes, I'm looking forward to doing such content. Yeah, because I believe it's very helpful if someone has gone through a process, and if it's very helpful to have a view of someone who is going through that same something that you are trying to achieve or trying to do. Yeah. What do you think, guys? Like, what do you think? As a starting with January, that's going to be one of the things that I'm gonna be including on my YouTube channel, like interviews with people who have the experience in different sectors. It could be also in different sectors, not just nursing. Because I have people who are interested in other sectors, maybe like IT. If I find someone who is African and they are engineers, why not interview them? Like, it will help someone. So we go on. Epic Wale is saying Ogwe, Leila, hi. I believe Ogwe means hi. I will say hi too. Nakazi is saying someone past age of 30 years, can he do nursing Ausbildung? Yes, you can do nursing Ausbildung. As always, 30, you're still good. Yeah, you can do Ausbildung. Epic is saying truly serious. Yes, we are serious. Yeah, this channel is for people who are ambitious. I must say this channel is not a regular prank channel or something like that. This channel is about learning something. You want to learn something, achieving something. Serious people. Educational. It's educational. So we go on. At Patrick is saying, what are the allowance ranges for Ausbildung, and is it enough to sustain for a person? Yes, it's enough. So during the Ausbildung, you're going to be earning 1,000 euros, 1,100, 1,200. Each year you go to, your money increases 100 euros more. And yes, it's enough to sustain you. Okay. When I was in Ausbildung, I used to earn 600 euros. Yeah. And it used to be enough. Despite the fact, I mean, that was my net income, 600, my net income. And yeah, 1,000 euros is your brutto salary, gross income. But as a student, you do not pay much tax. You might end up paying only like 200 euros into taxes, and the rest is you pay your. Now look, if you have 1,000, you are paying 200 into taxes, then your apartment is going to be costing 350, then you have a balance of 400, which is just your money whereby you're not paying your train ticket by yourself. The job is paying you the train ticket. And also, if you are working on weekends, you might end up getting more money because on weekends you get bonuses. Okay. So yes, the money will be enough to sustain you if you are a student. Of course, you must be a student without a child to be able to have a good life. If you are going to be a student with a family, then your wife has to work. Okay. Or the children, sometimes they have benefits that they get pocket money from the city, from the Stadt. Yeah, the country gives children pocket money, and that maybe in that way you will have a little bit more money that will sustain you and your child. But I would say it's better when you do not have a child, because then you can sustain yourself well. Okay. And also there is a possibility, if the money is not enough for you, then you can do a part-time job. As a student, you can also take up a part-time job, whereby part-time jobs, the money, they increased it from 450, now they are paying 520. So there is also that possibility. So we go on to another question. Prissy is saying, thanks, Leila, for the good work. You are welcome, Prissy. Das freut mich, dass ihr findet meine Videos sehr informativ und hilfreich. Ja. Epic Wally is saying, first question, which city and area is best for asylum and for NCing Ausbildung? So this channel is not recommending people who are coming to seek asylum or to seek refuge. No, that's not something that I advise someone to do. I advise someone to come legally here. And if you are coming legally, then you're welcome to ask me any questions. But if you are asking me about asylum, I'm not informed about that because I do not know anyone who has done that and I don't have experience in that. Yeah. And I do not recommend it. Yeah. So the next question that you asked for the NCing Ausbildung, so the city that is good for NCing Ausbildung, there is no city that is special and best. I would just say every city is the same. Every city gives you the same opportunity. You just have to find a placement that suits you accordingly on what you take as according to your values as a person. You just have to know by yourself which city is favorable for you. But each city is the same. Yeah. So if you are financially focused and you want to have more money, I'll advise you to go to München, but also that means cities that are paying more, the cost of living in terms of rent are going to be high. Okay. And then we go to the next question. One of a kind is saying, how much is the starting salary of a nurse? So the starting salary of a nurse that has studied there 3 years, the starting salary right now is anywhere between 3,600 and above. 3,600 and 4,000. Okay. But most people that I'm hearing that are beginning are getting anywhere from 300, 600, between 300, 600 and 3,000. They're getting anywhere from 3,600 to 3,800. Okay. Yeah. So that's the starting salary. When I had just finished my Ausbildung, my starting salary was 2,800. Yeah. And that was in 2020, 2,800. So we go on to the next question. One of a kind is saying, which part of Germany is the best to move at first? People, you guys are asking me this question, and this question is appearing a lot, but I must tell you guys, there is no part of Germany that is best. All parts are the same. But I've just heard that in the east of Germany, it's more difficult as a foreigner because they might be racist, but that doesn't mean there are no jobs. Actually, there are jobs there too. So yes, and there are also Black people living there too. So I would just say there is no specific part of Germany that I'll say, oh, this one 100% is sure it's for only foreigners. There is nothing like that. We are integrated like this. Everywhere you will find foreigners in Germany, and every part is beautiful, is good. So we go on and read what Adelaide is saying. Wow, thank you for the live session. You are welcome at Adelaide. Adelaide. Oh my God, I'm reading your name so German. I was saying Adelaide, but the name I think is Adelaide. Okay. One of a kind is saying, are you happy with your life and career growth there? Perfectly happy with it. Ehrlich. Sincerely speaking, I wouldn't change it for anywhere else. I wouldn't change my life right now in Germany for life in USA. I have opportunities. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm also someone who is motivated and willing to learn more. When I meet new people and I notice that they know more than me, I really want to keep them in my life. I do not, when I notice that this person has more experience than me, I want to keep them next to me. I want to be able to write to them and give them questions, and ask them, how did you make it? How do you advise me about this? And I think that's how I landed on being a teacher. I've never thought in my life that I would be standing in front of Germans and teaching them English. Ich habe das noch nie vorgestellt until I got the opportunity. And because of the social network I've built, because when I came back home after getting this opportunity, I asked my friends, what do you think about this? It says, Mark, but do you think they will not segregate me? Do you think they will not respect me? I asked them, and because the group of people I surround myself with are people who are motivated and they see the world different, they were advising me later, you give it a try. In life we do not fail. We do not have failures. We do not fail, because even in the things that we fail at, those things build resilience in us. We learn from failures, so we cannot call failures failures. Failures are lessons. Yeah. So that's why I was like, okay, every chance that I get here in life, as long as I can vorstellen, I can imagine to do it, every chance that I can imagine that I can do it, it's not harming me mentally, physically, I'll give it a chance. Yeah. And then when I fail, I will not be the same person, because I will have learned. I will have learned from this experience. I will have learned something from this experience. And that's something that I want to pass on to you guys. If you ever come to Germany, do not limit yourself. Do not be shy to try out things. Maybe you have time to do a part-time job in another sector and you get the opportunity, they accept you. Do not just say, I'm scared. Just go, even when it's 3, 4, 5 days, go and learn something. And if you find out it's not something for you, then back out. Back out. But trust me, you will not be the same person. That experience that you've gathered for that little time will stay in your head, and it will build another mindset into you. It will build another mindset. You'll be a different person. Yeah. So we go on. Yeah. Epic is saying, how do I contact to direct? How do I contact to direct? Means WhatsApp or phone, anything. So Epic wants to contact, is asking, how do you guys contact me directly, or how can someone contact me directly? There is no contact that I am sharing phone number or something like that. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me through my email, but that's my business email. Most times when I see that someone is texting me about, give me advice about this, and it's something that they would have opened, they also ask me here on my chats, then I do not bother to answer, because there are more important emails that I have to do. Yeah. But if you want to contact me about something that you think is important and private, my email is there, and I give a chance, maybe 1 or 2 questions to be asked, and then I reply to you. But I do not have any WhatsApp number or something like that. I just have my social media platforms, and yeah. And I'm always erreichbar. I think I'm more active right now on my YouTube and also on my TikTok. Yeah. Okay, then I will be reading the next question. The next question is One of a Kind is saying, how much time did it take you to learn German B2? I didn't learn B2 level. I mean, I did not learn the B2 level. I came with a B1 level. And with my B1, I was able to pass my exams. My certificate of NCing, I got it with my B1 level. And right now, I'm able to stand in front of a class and understand what the students are asking me with my B1 certificate. So I think certificates are just something written, but that doesn't mean that you do not know how to speak. You do not know how to communicate. I did not do that B2. I did my B1, and that's it. The B2, I did not do it because it wasn't necessary. For the things that I needed to do or I wanted to do, I just needed a B1, and that's where I stopped, because it costs money. I never did it. But right now, because I'm in German now for 8 months, I mean, it's for 8 years, I believe my German has totally improved, and I would give myself a C1 because you learn by doing, you learn by speaking, you learn by communicating to people, hearing what people say, we improve with time, and maybe I'm at a C1. I believe when I sit in a C1 class and I have to do sprechen oder hören, I will pass them. But what I cannot promise is if I can do a Schreiben exam and I pass it perfectly with their die, das, dative, genitive, accusative, I don't think I will pass that one because I still do not know the article. And I accepted the fact that I will never learn the article to the level a German person is supposed to place them or to use them. I know it's not my first language and it's not my second. I accepted that. But I do not also let that shy me away from communicating. I will communicate despite the fact that I might use the falsche dative, the falsche article. I accept it, But also people here in Germany, even the German people themselves, most of them do not know how to write their own language. So why would I stress myself as a foreigner? And at the end of the day, the type of work I'm doing is not a desk type of job that I have to write emails. No, I do not have to. What's important is that I can communicate. That's what they value in this health sector, communication. I'm not a doctor that I have to explain how the operation went or explain how the Behandlung went. No, the type of also the documentation that we do as nurses is just a one sentence type of documentation, and it doesn't need someone to have perfect German. And that's why I emphasize a lot. You guys shouldn't make yourself feel headache because of a B2 certificate. Just do it, and once you come here, focus on speaking because that's what you have to do 24/7 when you are at work. When you are in school, they will give you presentations, and you also notice in school they will teach a lot of communication skills, because as a nurse or as a person working in the health sector, we are talking 24/7. We have to ask, do anamnesia, like get information from our patients, and that needs someone who knows how to articulate and communicate. But if you know how to write, it might not help because you cannot write a question and show it to your patient. You have to know how to say it, So I'll go to the next question. And the next question is from Simpiwe. And she is asking, can I change to NCing if I came under a different Ausbildung? Yes, you can, 100%. The same way works too. I mean, the other way around works too, because there were students in my class who changed from NCing. After 1 year, they realized NCing isn't for them. It's too much for them. They changed to other Ausbildung. And also, there are other people who were changing from other sectors. There was a person who was doing handwork, things with the hand, sewing and something like that. And she decided to come into NCing, So yes, at any time you can, Ausbildungs are free. You can navigate all of them as long as you want. No one limits you from it. So Adelaide is saying, haha, it's fine. Okay. About the name. I was misreading it. Okay. Okay. The next question is from Simpiwe. Was NCing your calling or you adjusted when you got in? A story? Okay. So when I was coming to Germany, my sister told me, because my sister connected me to her workplace, that's how I came. My sister told me, Leila, you're going to be assisting in a care home. And then she gave me the vocabularies that I needed to know for this volunteering, because I was going to be working with the patients. I mean, the patients in the care home, the old people. I was going to be assisting them. Now, I was shocked because I've never, we have so much respect for old people in Uganda. And because of our culture, we do not just utter out words like that. And I've never seen a naked old person, It was something that was going to be new for me, but my sister prepared me. And she told me, Leila, these are the vocabularies. When someone tells you they need this, this is what they mean. She told me she translated the vocabularies for me already in English. So when I was at home preparing for my flight in the last 2 months, she had already given me vocabularies. And because I was attending the B1 class, it was helpful because I was reading them, reading how they pronounce them, and I prepare myself. Now, when I came to Germany and I started working, assisting in a care home, I realized it's not that bad. It was actually fun because, we have a culture in us as Africans that we have to help our vulnerable people, the old people. So for me, it was normal. I would come, we would sit in the dining rooms with the old people, and my job was to assist them with the eating, assist them to go to bed. I drive them with their wheelchairs. That was my kind of work. And sometimes I used to help them to wash themselves, put them on, dress up. I realized that work isn't hard at all, because if you know how we struggle in Africa, that work is nothing. That's luxury, because we have also like machines. If they cannot move and they need you to put them in the wheelchair, there were machines that you were using, and we used to be two people. We help them to go and transfer them to the roaster. So ich könnte es schon vorstellen. I could really imagine myself doing this kind of work, because for me it wasn't difficult. So I believe it was not a calling, because I had to I had to realize it, that I was gonna be helping old people. And then once I started doing it, I got used to it, and then I loved it. After experiencing it, I started loving it, and then it became a calling. Yeah, but before, I had to first learn it, get to know it, and then accept it, and then I loved it. And in that way, right now I can tell you, I was meant to be a nurse. Even when in my high school days, I didn't never thought I would be a nurse. I was an arts student. I did history. I did language. I did German. I did economics. I never thought I was going to be a nurse. I thought I was going to sit in a retail shop and sell things. But right now, I'm giving injections. Also es ist ein Umtausch, like what a surprise in life. So yeah, I just had to learn it, and after learning it, I adjusted and I loved it. And right now, I'm perfect. I don't know. At least the patients that I'm working on, the people that I am working with, are saying, Leila, you make a good nurse. And that's why I'll say, I think, yeah, I adjusted, and I did really adjust very good. And I really found my place. I found a place in nursing. I found a place. Yeah. So one of a kind is saying, thank you so much for answering the questions. You're welcome. And then German Life is saying, wir treffen uns im Unterricht. Yes, ich freue mich für den Unterricht. Ich freue mich sehr. I'm very happy that you guys really replied, because when I was giving this suggestion, I never thought that you guys are going to be interested. Although I knew that there are people who had already approached me, but I never knew that you guys on YouTube are interested. But es ist sehr schön zu wissen, dass you guys are also motivated in learning. And wenn ich kann, warum nicht? I will offer you guys the lessons until the last person attains them. Brevimo is saying, why did you not read mine? Oh, Brevimo wrote to me. I didn't see it. Okay, I have to go back up, but I didn't see the question. Maybe you send it to me again at Brevimo, because I'm following question by question, but maybe I missed out yours. Yeah. Simpiwe is saying, how is winter treating you? In Germany, winter is not really winter most times. We have winter time, yes, right now, but it's not snowing. It's just cold, and it's getting dark very early. That's it. It's cold and getting dark early, but it's not like snowy, and Charleston is white. No, most times it's not like that. Maybe we get like snow. Last year we got snow maybe like just 15 days in the whole year. Yeah, but coldness is there, yeah. But I got used to it, because I'm 8 years now in Germany, and the coldness is fine for me. Actually, sometimes I like the coldness. because the hotness, summer is really hot too. And sometimes when winter comes, I'm happy that we're taking a break from the warmness. And also, winter time is so cozy. Like it's a time where you sit in your house and in your apartment and have a cup of tea and binge watch Netflix. That's one thing that I love doing, you know. So winter is good, yeah. And so we go on to the next question. And the next question is from now I don't want to miss out any question, you know. Okay, Epic is saying, in Uganda, where did you learn German language from? I learned my German language in school. First of all, I started high school and I offered German. You know, we had that option. You learn Luganda, you learn literature or German, and I learned German, and I was in a school called Gombe Secondary School. And then I went in high school. The last 2 years, I went to Mengo Senior School, and I was learning German as my one of the subjects. And then after, I wanted to get a B1 international certificate, and I went to Goethe Institute. And that's where I did my exam for the one which is the certificate, the Goethe exam, international certificate. I did it in Goethe because I needed it. Because here in Germany, they need the international certificate. So I sat the B1 classes and I did the exam and I passed it. And that's what I used to come here in Germany. So we go on. I go on. Okay, in Uganda, where did you? Does age matter? Okay. Simpiwe is asking if age matters within the Ausbildung. Within the Ausbildung, if you are here in Germany, age doesn't matter. If you are outside Germany, age will matter because the embassy might not want to give you a visa if you are above 40 for Ausbildung. Because like I said, in order to be able to be sustained here for after your pension, you must have worked enough years. And if you are 40, you're going to spend 3 years in the Ausbildung, and then you're going to be just working for 40, we need 67 and you are 40. Yeah, you're going to be working around 20 something years, and that's less. So the statistics will not add up, and the embassy will see, you will not be able to sustain your life in Germany. You will not have saved enough money when you come up, when you reach your 67 years of age for pension. So we cannot afford bringing you into Germany with 40 years for Ausbildung because you will cost us money later. Okay, they might look at that. But I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm sure they might look at that. The embassy will look at that. Epic is saying, I advise you must make your WhatsApp channel. Oh, I don't know what a WhatsApp channel is. I don't know what a WhatsApp channel is, but I also do not have time for WhatsApp channel because I do not want to help only a group of people. When I have information to share, I want to share it to the people. I want to make it accessible to a large group of people. But if I build a WhatsApp channel, that means there are only 2 people, 3 people, and that information is just going to be kept just for those people, which I do not want. I want people to be able to access the information, even when they are not in this group, even when they are not in Germany, outside Germany. Yeah. So the next question is from Epic. It's saying, advise you to make a WhatsApp channel and whereby it's preferred you to give out number. Nah, I mean, I will not opt for a WhatsApp channel, sincerely speaking. Okay, another answer or the question from Epic is saying, and or make Telegram channel whereby people can get your number, but in a way they can be they can take contact to you. Nalule is saying, what are some of the difficulties you faced when you came to Germany? I'm interested to compare with mine. Okay, so The difficulty I faced, I did have a little bit of loneliness, but not so much. It was just for the first 2 months, because I had my sisters here already. My two sisters were already there in Stuttgart with me, and we were living in the same WG. So the difficulty I had, I would say, mainly was with the food. I had to adjust a lot with the food because I realized the food here is so fat, like too much fat. And also, I wasn't a fan of noodles, pasta, and I wasn't a fan of like they eat a lot of things that were not common in Uganda. So food was difficult for me. I had to adjust, and also the water was a little bit sparkly and salty. It disturbed me a lot, and it brought me a little bit home. It made me a little bit homesick. So I think I got homesick because of the food. I had to adjust with the food. But then I realized there are also Afro shops, so it got better. But also because there are Afro shops here are mostly for West African people. The foods there are mostly for West African people. It was still difficult, but at least there were some bananas I could get, and my sister could cook for me. But also after starting working with 6 months, I adjusted completely, and then I knew which kind of foods I would like to eat and where to find them, and which type of water I wanted, because tap water used to taste salty, and also the water that was offered in the care home for me to drink, it was too sparkly and also too salty. And until I realized I could buy Volvic. Volvic is natural water with no additional gas in it and no other type of tastes in it. Yeah. And another difficulty that I met was in wintertime, adjusting to the type of clothing we wear. So I used to think when it's winter, but the sun is shining, I could go outside with a normal jacket, like thin jacket. And I realized it's really cold. The coldness is really aggressive. So you need really a real winter jacket. Until I realized that I had to go through different experiences, because I used to go to purchase winter jackets, and I kid you not, I would still manage to choose a wrong type of winter jacket, thin. I was thinking of, I never wanted like big jackets, I wanted small, thin ones, thin layers, and those ones were still making me feel cold. And also, I was buying size S, M, which is it good, because when you are putting on a winter jacket, you're already having a sweater. So you need actually 2 times, you need, for my size, I need a winter jacket, which is at least an M, because then I can put in 6 sweaters, and I can put on my winter jacket without it making me strained here on the shoulders. So that's something that I had to learn, and that stressed me a lot. And the same applies to the winter shoes. I had to know if I'm going for long hours, I'm going to be outside the whole 1 hour. To choose, I needed to learn how to choose which type of shoes, not sneakers, not the normal canvases, but real wool shoes, that have wool inside them, Yeah. And then the other thing, the directness of the German people here in Germany, they would tell you something that you would have not wanted to, I mean, something that you would not expect someone to say to you without knowing you that much, They're so direct, or like, yeah, they're just direct people. And that's something that I had to adjust to. For example, I don't know, in the workplace, they would ask you a lot of questions, like private questions too, and they will give you their Meinung even without you asking them. I don't know, that directness was too much, but I also accepted it. And actually, I realized it's better when you are direct to someone instead of going and paving around, taking time. No, I like directness too now, because it saves us a lot of time. And the way people get to know their partners here in Germany shocked me too, because you cannot just get to know someone to become, boyfriend and girlfriend on the streets. People do not do that. People would go on dating apps, and that's so normal. That shocked me. Yeah. Okay. let me just continue reading the questions, guys. So, okay. I hope I've answered your question. And ich bin gespannt. I would like to know which things you had to adjust to, like which difficulties you found. Let me know. Yeah. Okay. Now I think I've skipped a lot of questions here. And okay, one of a kind is saying, thank you so much for the answering the questions. You're welcome. And German Life is saying, wir treffen, so the other one is, I've already read it, wir treffen uns in the Unterricht. Okay, I think I've scrolled up so much. WhatsApp channel, I've already read that. Difficulties, okay, from Nalule. Okay, the next question is from Flora, and Flora is saying, hello, you've been great. Thanks for advices. Please, any links or how to look for contract for Ausbildung. So, to get a contract for Ausbildung, the potential places, you can find them on Indeed.com or at tubi.de. Also, making it in Germany website is a website that you could opt to look at. Yeah. Those are the websites that you can visit. Okay. And if those websites are not accessible in your home country, I would advise you to do it differently. Just Google hospitals in Germany or hospitals in small cities in Germany. Then see the names of those hospitals and their address, Google them and go to their website, because on the website, there are contacts. And there are also contacts for people who are applying for Ausbildung and all those information are there. And like I usually say, hospitals usually have placements for Ausbildung. Those are places that will be doing Ausbildung, giving Ausbildung year to year. So it doesn't matter that you haven't seen that they're advertising it, just apply. Okay? Yeah. So we go on to Simpira is saying, are the language levels important for the next level? Are the language levels important for the next levels, as in, can I just start from A1, then B1, then just write B1 exam? Yes, of course. Why not? If you can do the revision by yourself, teach yourself the A1, why not? Teach it yourself. I mean, if you can attend A1, learn the basics, then read the A2 by yourself. Yeah, do the online tests to see if you are on the level that you want to be. Then just tell the school that you have done the A2 by yourself. You just want to attend B1. Go for it. Why not? You can skip. It's not a must to have an A2 certificate. They are not important. More so for Ausbildung, all they want to look at is, do you have your B2 certificate? That's what they want to see. They will not ask you, oh, did you attend all the 4 levels? We need them. They will not do that. They only want your B2 and that's it. So Misty is saying, do they accept B1 in Ausbildung at the moment? So unless you want to do a Pflegefachassistent Ausbildung, then a B1 would be 50% accepted, because not all places will accept it, but it could be accepted for an assistant Ausbildung. But for a nursing Ausbildung for 3 years, they don't accept it anymore. They want someone to have a B2 level. So Epic is saying, and whereby you can even share your video links. Okay, he's still explaining about the YouTube, the WhatsApp group. And whereby you can even share your video links. If someone asks you questions, just give the links for the video, answering their question, which help you grow more on social media. Okay, also I can imagine that it could be an advantage to me, but it needs me to have an extra number, because the number that I have right now, I cannot risk to share it with anyone, because I do not like it when people call me or people text me. People, I don't know. I'm not a person who is on the phone all the time. I actually put my phone in flight modus. If I'm not having an appointment with someone over call or on my free days, my phone is in flight modus or in silence. My phone is away. When I'm not having any call expected, I don't go on my phone. And that's why with a WhatsApp group, I can really not imagine it so well because I know that I will not be active and I don't read messages in WhatsApp. And I read emails more than messages in WhatsApp. Even voice notes, they take time. Like playing the voice note, it takes time. You would rather write me a question on my YouTube channel when you have inquiries, or email, because there you only write the important points. In a WhatsApp message, takes long to reach to the point. I like people when they are writing me on WhatsApp, that they be direct, because it saves me time when I'm reading. But also, like I said, I'm not a person who keeps the phone with them all the time. I do not usually have my phone when I'm free. I'm away from my phone. When I'm free, I just want to watch TV or do something else productive with my hands, cleaning the house and something like that, but not being on the phone. That's why a WhatsApp group would be not ideal, not practical for me. Maybe when I get someone to manage it. But I do not have money to pay someone to do that for me, to be my assistant, because I don't have any money to pay them. Okay, Miss T is saying, do they accept B1 in Ausbildung? Okay, I've already answered that one. So this one is called Nalule. Nalule is saying, I'm also interested in learning NCing vocabularies. What do I have to do to join the classes? So for my NCing vocabularies that I'm going to be offering the lessons, I will be advertising for the second intake, and probably in February, because I advertise a month earlier so that I get people ready, the attendants. I get them already their emails, because we're doing it on Zoom. So I will advertise for the next intake in February, and that's why I say this type of offer is going to be for people who are my active subscribers, because they are the only ones who are going to be getting the chance. Because I'm doing a first come first serve kind of offer, that when I say, okay, right now right now we're opening up, and I'm opening up a new opportunity for a new class, then I will be taking the first people, the number of people that I mentioned, I'll be taking up the first people who write to me in the emails. So yeah, that's why active subscribers will be having this opportunity. But like I said, I will offer these classes until the last person gets an opportunity. Everyone will have a chance. So we go on to German Life. It's saying, is your B1 certificate still valid until now? Yes, it is, but they no longer ask for it. It's not necessary, because my CV speaks for itself. So when I'm wanting to have a job, I no longer use my certificate. It's only important for the beginning, for your Ausbildung. But once you are here in Germany, you finish Ausbildung, no one will ask you, so where is your B1 certificate? Where is your B2 certificate? No one is going to ask you, because until that level, you've already improved your speaking. If you manage to pass your Ausbildung, no one will ask you, where is your certificate of B2, B1? No one will ask you that, unless you are going to go to the university. Then the professors there, they need you to know how to write an essay, write a book. So they will ask you for a C1, C2. But for the working jobs, I mean for the work and everything like that, they will never ask you for a B2 anymore. After your Ausbildung, you will not need to prove to someone that you know how to communicate. Because to be able to do Ausbildung, to be able to sit in a class and sit an exam and sit the oral exam, finish up, graduate, you will have already known how to communicate. So it will not be necessary anymore. And that's why I say my B1 is never asked for. Actually, it has been kept away for 8 years. I only needed it for FSJ, then Ausbildung, and not anymore. So we go on to Epic. Is saying, no, dear, change your mindset. Let me explain. If you first make WhatsApp group where people will join earlier, then YouTube and your TikTok next transfer your traffic from WhatsApp to TikTok. Ah, okay. And YouTube through your link. Okay. Okay. I understand it. Maybe I'll put it on my I will research about it. I'll see what other YouTubers or what other content creators say about it because I don't want to create chaos. You know, the other thing is if you create a WhatsApp group like that, other people have access to other people's numbers, which is risky because they can scam them. You know, they are getting numbers from other people, and those people, privacy, people keep their phone numbers as their private numbers. And when I make a WhatsApp group, that means everyone has access to each the other person's number, and it might put them in a position that they do not have privacy anymore because anyone can get their number and call them at any time, which I mind about, you know. And but I will do my research, and once I find it a good idea, if it has more positives than negatives, I will announce it and we shall make a WhatsApp group. But then I will have to open up another telecom, I get another number, and we make that group. Because there is no way I'm using my number that I'm using at my workplace into the chat, because no, I cannot be stressed like that on my work. When I'm using my private number, it's for business, it's for my work, it's the number that my boss has, the school has, it's for business, it's the number my doctors know. I cannot just use it on any group. Yeah. But yes, okay, I'll do a research about it. Thank you very much for the suggestion at Epic. Seems you want to convince me, and I do not say no before I do my research. I will research about it, and I'll communicate next time on my live if I will be doing a group. Okay? A WhatsApp group. Okay, Epic is still saying, which will help you to grow fast. Okay, thank you very much for the suggestion. Cedric is saying, what is the current political status there, especially for the foreigners? Political status is nice. I mean, in terms of politics, we're not allowed to vote. As a foreigner, if I don't have a German passport, I'm not allowed to vote. But politics are stable. I would say we are not risked. We are not in any risk or something like that. And yeah, foreigners are needed in Germany because most of the people are becoming old and are going into pension. And of course, they need new people to fill up the gaps. And that's why I'm saying, yes, foreigners, I mean, despite the fact there are people who are racist in East German, like in East German, like they say, still they cannot live without people, assistance from people from other countries, So if I am most times when I'm driving my car or I'm at my patient's place, we put on radio most times, and we hear that they want to go in India, in Asian countries, and bring in professionals into Germany to help out because they do not have workers, they do not have people to fill up the gaps anymore, doctors from any other countries, So yeah, it's working. If you're qualified, if your qualifications meet the standards of the German, if your qualifications in your home country meet the German standards, the path is there and the opportunity is there. All you need is not to mind the negativity and look at the positive side and einfach durchziehen and like make your dreams come true. Yeah. So I hope I've answered that question. And so we shall go to the next question. And okay, I don't want to skip. That's why I usually go back. My phone is showing here. I was going to apply for a part-time job. I have to call the boss to tell her that I'll take up the part-time job, because I think she's waiting for me to give her a reply if I'm going to be working for her or not. Okay. Epic is saying, what's up? You will get large number of people, then YouTube and TikTok, yeah, YouTube and TikTok and transfer, da, 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 da. Okay, that one I've already read. And so, oh my God, how come the messages are going so quickly up? Traffic to your channel, Instagram, YouTube, Epic is explaining again, which gives you more idea of having new content, which can answer people's question. And dear, thanks for the advice. Thanks in advance. Thank you very much at Epic. I find your idea not bad, but I will do my research. Yeah. And then I will announce when I'm to make the group, I will announce, and I hope you'll be part of the group. Because you are the suggester, you are the one who was suggested. But anyway, I have to do my own research, and then I will let you guys know if I'm going to be creating a group. Okay, so we go on, and it was just an advice, yeah, social media friends. Okay, Misty is saying thank you for the response, and as a thank you for the response, you are welcome. Epic is just saying, let me be your assistant without payment. My assistant without payment. Sounds good. Yeah. Okay, German Life is saying, it's very normal, and I agree with you. Don't bother creating social media groups. Even with clear regulations, there will always be abused and eventually lose its credibility. Yes, at German Life, that's the fear that I have, that people will abuse the other people's privacy. They will try to do business with each other or try to do things with each other, and it might not end up well, which I do not like. I like authenticity, and I don't want to put people in trouble. Like, I don't want to put people in such a risk, you know. I have to see myself, how can we create that group without anyone being ballistic? Like, you know, yeah. Maybe if you tell me to create nah. But you know what? But that's the reason why we're doing these live chats, because when we do live, you guys are coming into you having contacts with we having exchanging. It's like a one-on-one. That's the feeling I have with live videos. We answering questions like one-on-one live. It's also another feeling. But anyway, I'll do my research, like I said. Okay. Epic Wally is saying the WhatsApp channel do not show numbers. Okay, good. Epic Wally is also saying Telegram don't show numbers. Okay, but I've heard a lot of people saying Telegram, and then they say they scam them. That's why Telegram is not communication frage. Telegram is not for me. I don't want Telegram. Okay, Epic is saying don't use private number, dear. I'm giving you idea for new things. Okay. Will convince you till you have one. Okay, no problem. I will research about it. Nalole is saying don't know where to your email. Can you please send it to me? I was the first person to request for the lessons, but don't know how to apply for it. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Nalule, if you didn't know how to apply for it. On YouTube, there is this part of community. So that's where I communicated and I shared my email. But I will share my email again in February when the time comes, so that you can be the first one to send me this email this time round. Okay? Put on your notifications, please, because I think it will help you. When I write something, then it will maybe notify you that Leila has posted, so that you can be the first one to send me that email, you know? So you can be part of the second team that's coming in for the lessons. Takudzwa is saying, are there structured pathways for foreign nurses to become advanced practice nurses, RPN, or practitioners in Germany, given the limited implementation or RPN roles? Okay. to become advanced practice nurses. Okay, so first of all, pathways are there, but they are not there if you are outside Germany. The first step, if you are outside Germany, you need to do it on your own to apply up to you come to Germany, register, get the acceptance that you are qualified to be a nurse. After you have qualified to be a nurse, then those specialization you want to do, that doors are open. Your job will offer them to you. Okay? Yeah. But the first step is your certificate recognized here in Germany? Is it recognized? Are you qualified to say you are going to be working as a nurse? That's the first question. And when that's done, you get a job here in Germany. You need experience first. Get to know how to communicate, learn the language. And then after, you can advance your certificate to specialize in what you want. Go to university, learn medicine. Everything is open. As if your grades are accepting it, everything is open, and your job will be helping you, like assisting you. Yeah. So German life is saying, Mr. Epic, it's pointless. This life is here. This life of hers has covered almost all entire topics you would ever be confronted with. An expert. Okay, let alone bids. Okay. Yeah, like I'm trying to answer questions here too on lives because I realize I cannot cover everything within videos. And I think I need to do so I think coming with next year, I will be doing more live sessions so that we have an live exchange, so that you guys do not have to wait for me to put up a video to answer your questions that are not related to the type of niche I'm doing. So I promise to do more lives. Okay? I'll be doing more lives and we have an exchange. I feel like this is like a one-on-one exchange. We advise each other. And if it goes well, we can also have guests on the lives who have experience, different kind of experience in different sectors too. And we be on live and answer questions and share tips. Yeah, that's what I feel like I should do. I want to share experience. I want you guys to learn from experience. I feel like I'm your big sister. Even I might be younger than some of you, but I feel like I'm a big sister in experience. With my 8 years of staying here in Germany, I feel like I shouldn't keep my experience to myself. I want to share it. And the craziest thing with me is that when I learn something, I never want to keep it to myself. And when I don't have anyone else to give it to pass it on to, I call my young sister and I tell her, you know what? You are earning 3,600 in care home. You should change to intensive care ambulant because we are earning more. And you're going to learn more skills. You're going to have more opportunities. That's how I am. I told my sister to change, and right now she's begun. She began to work in intensive care too. The same I'm doing in Stuttgart. She's totally happy. She's saying, I couldn't believe as a nurse you could have this much time with your patients and this much time of a break. And I'm like, Gail, I like it when I share experience. I like it. Ehrlich. I enjoy passing knowledge onto the other people. Because I don't feel like everyone should suffer the same way we suffered to get information. As a foreigner here in Germany, it's not easy to find someone to advise you about something. Be it financial advice, you have to figure it out yourself. Financial advice, it's also something else. People here have information about investments, and as a foreigner, I come from a country where people do not even invest. We live day to day, paycheck to paycheck. And I come here in this country and I'm like, how come I have money on my account, but this money is not even growing at all? What can I do? I don't know how I landed on a financial advisor. One of my friends where I was working, one of my friends told me, Leila, do you have this investment? Leila, do you have this insurance? And I was like, no, I don't have any insurance. And she told me, you need insurance. And I said, I don't know why I need insurance. Until she advised to me And then I was convinced, and then I was like, okay, I'll take a financial advisor. We sat together. He advised me why I need these insurances, and I realized they're important. I did my research. I asked my German people, friends here, even when they've never come to an idea to advise me to take up insurances. So when I got that information, I was shocked, and I was like asking them, do you also have this insurance? Do you have this insurance? And because I work with people in my jobs, I do interact with other people who are grown ups than me. I asked them to, do you have this insurance? Is it really good? Like they said, and I realized they do all have insurances, people here in Germany. And I was like, I need it. But then I was like, no, I cannot keep that to myself. There are people who are foreigners like me, and they don't have any contact to people who give them this information. Maybe I should be the one to share it, you know? So that's why you see, I also share. Right now, I started sharing more about also finances, that I give advice about investment. That was also something else. I shared that video that I made about investment. And my bestie, whom I usually thought that she's longer here in Germany than me, she must know about investment. She was like, Leila, teach me how you did that. I don't know anything about investment, and she has not been investing. So I told her, yes, actually it works. I shared my experience, and yeah, so she's also going to be investing. Yeah, but for investment, I do not go in with 100. More so when it comes to investing in single companies, I like investing money, and I want to find my money that I've put in there. Either it grows or it will stay there. I don't want to see minus. That's why I was like, investing in funds is a good idea, because your money grows on a smaller pace and it never reduces, you know. In ETFs, the risk of losing your money is totally minimum. Just like funds, it will grow, but you won't lose it. But there is this one kind of investment one of my sister is really invested into. My big sister, another one I interviewed, it's called trading. And that one is totally risky, and it needs someone who is more interested in marketing, and controlling the market and something like that. And I don't have time for that, and I don't want to risk. And I was like, no, that type of investment isn't for me. But these sure deals investments that each one, if every person in Germany has, I will do that too. And that's why I have now funds. And I would advise you, if you are here in Germany and you really have extra 25 euros that keeps on being on your account every end of the month, then do funds. Like, put that 25 euros into funds every month, and it will produce profit, you know. It will increase. And by the time you finish your Ausbildung, your 25 euros will have grown, and you will have more, you know. And then you can überlegen, like you can decide to add in after Ausbildung. Now you earn more. You can decide now to put in 100 euros, because the more you put in, the more percentage you have into the shares, and the more profit you make, you know. By the way, I opened up ETFs investments now. Now I realize I need to have more investments. And I opened up ETFs after finding out that it's also like funds. So I'm putting in 100 into ETFs, and I'm putting in 50 into funds. But yeah, I'm going to beobachten, like I'm going to see if it works out well with the ETFs. I'll come back to you guys, and I share with you my experience, if it's worth it, like the funds, you know. Come back and I share with you guys, and I advise you if it's a yes from me, if it's a no from me. Yeah. So let's read the other questions. Okay, structured pathways. There are no structured, as it's very difficult to find structured pathways for someone who wants to come and specialize. They are nurses, they want to just come into a pathway of specializing. It's difficult, and there are no specific pathways for that. But you can come here in Germany. You can get your nursing certificate recognized, come and work as a nurse for 1 year, ask your job that you want to do further studies. They will help you. They'll help you to navigate it, and they will financially also unterstützen you, okay? So German Life is saying, Mr. Epic, it's pointless. It's like, also this one I've already read. I believe your YouTube channel is enough. There is nothing we want to do there that is not possible here. Okay, that's very nice to know what your opinions are, guys, about the WhatsApp group. Okay, it's very important for me to know your opinions. Okay. So Tandiwe is saying, hi, can one bring their child while doing Ausbildung? I would say no. I haven't seen anyone coming in for Ausbildung with their child. And the reason being, financially, you cannot sustain a child. You're not earning enough. But what I've seen people doing, they come, do the Ausbildung, start working, then they pick their child to join them. Okay? The same applies to the people who are coming in to work as nurses. They have qualified to come into Germany as nurses. They come in, they work for 1 year, gather money, and also learn the culture, then they bring in their children. That's how it works most of the times. So it's very difficult to say, I need an Ausbildung contract, but I'm coming with a child. It's difficult. I think it's not possible, actually. Or after how long can you bring your child after? Okay, this one I've answered. You bring your child after the Ausbildung. Okay, after the Ausbildung, work for 1 year because your child is coming onto your visa. So when you are applying to invite your child, the visa department is going to ask you how much money are you earning. They want to see. Then they will calculate for you per child. You need to have 550 euros per child. And if your salary, net income after paying your rent, you do not have that 550 to be allocated to your child, they will tell you to first work and improve on your salary, and then they can help you out to invite your family here or your child here. Okay. The other thing they usually look at is that you have enough accommodation room. They will give you a limit of quadrat meter they need. If you're bringing in a child, the room must be big enough, Yeah. At least those are the things that I see people are doing. People are being asked to deliver before they bring in their children. Okay. So Epic is saying you are our Jaja of Germany. Oh, Jaja is a big word. It means like I'm a ua person. But anyway, I'll take it because I'm longer here than you guys. Then yes, I'll take it. Why not? How many total hours did you work on the last salary you shared with us? Okay. The number of hours that I work are fixed. The number of hours I work in a month are fixed. Okay. 172 hours are the hours I'm supposed to work each month. But that is also with they calculate with a few plus hours. Yeah. So if you are working full time, you have to work minimum 160 hours. And the salary that I earn is always, the gross income that I earn is always fixed. Even when I work 11 days, even when I'm sick for 2 months, that salary will be 4,000 euros. Always. Okay. And what makes my salary different each month are the number of night shifts I do work, and the number of Sundays I do work, plus holidays. And what else? Yeah, plus holidays. Okay. And that's why my salary as a nurse fluctuates, increases or decreases accordingly, because depends on the night shift, on the Sundays and the holidays I've worked. Okay. Yeah. That's how the salary works here in Germany. So guys, I believe I do not have any question unanswered right now. Okay. Good. I've just checked. And so I will say thank you very much for attending this live session. It was really very active. I am surprised. And it was my second live. And I believe es hat mich überzeugt. Like, it has convinced me that it's very good for me to do the lives immer wieder, like ab und zu, like interchangingly. And I believe I will come back for another live session. So if the lives keep on going like this, I will put them in plan. I mean, if the attendance of the lives keep on being like this, then I'll put it into my plan so that I'd be coming on live maybe like once a week, twice every 2 weeks. Yeah. Or anytime I have time, I will be coming on live so that we can exchange. Okay. So, okay, now, right now, I'm seeing someone is saying, how many total hours did you work? Okay, that one I've answered. Vielen Dank. Bitte schön. Hi. Atsubi Live is saying hi. Hello. Cedric is saying, can I ask if your partner is a German or a foreigner? My partner is from Poland. Okay, not Poland, sorry. The parents are Polish. They're from Poland, okay? But they have been living in Germany for so long and they got their German passport. And my boyfriend was born here. So he is German by nationality, but ethnics are Polish, okay? Polish. So, German Life is saying, schönen Tag, Dankeschön, schönen Tag auch. Fleur auch, thanks for the time. You're welcome. Atsubi just got here. Atsubi, you've missed out. We've had a big conversation. But anyway, I believe the live is going to also be appearing into my videos. So you can just watch the lives and just go through the conversation that we had. Yeah. And also there will be a next time. Atsubu will comment. Okay, I will say thank you guys very much. And I'm really happy to see you guys in the lessons. The guys that got the opportunity to be part of the first lessons, each frame is there to see you in the sessions. And I'll be sending you an email of the timetable today. I'll be sending you the dates that we're going to be meeting and the time, okay? And then I will be informing you also. I mean, I'll be sending you the folios that we shall be using for the lessons. I'll be sending them maybe like 2 days earlier so that you guys can prepare yourselves, okay? So we're going to be doing the lessons on Zoom. Do not forget to download the Zoom app on your phone, on your laptop. It's important, okay? Until next time, bye. We are leaving. Yes, the stream is ending.